Today's lecture, all right, incredibly short, incredibly easy because it's all review. All right, you've had all of this information before. I'm going to step out of the way, let you start copying the note card. You want to freeze the video, you might want to do that right now in a moment. The basic notes today are the big six, all right? Big six are these three primary shapes, the rectangle, the triangle, and the circle, and each of them are going to have a perimeter and an area that goes with it. Like I said, you probably know all of these formulas. Rectangle, perimeter is 2 lengths plus 2 widths. Pretty complicated. Walking yourself around, you know what perimeter is? Going around the outside. It's the distance around the outside of a shape. Area here, probably the formula most of you memorized the best. Area equals length times width. And in the book you had, you might have learned this is base times height. I don't really care. They both work just fine. Coming down here, the triangle. My personal favorite in the group is right here. All right, the perimeter of a triangle is this really flashy formula, A plus B plus C. Add the sides up. Duh. All right, that's all this is saying is there's 3 sides, add them up, pretty complex, right? Area formula, most of you also know this guy. Again, 1/2 base times height. Coming down to the circle, we now talk about perimeter with a new word, circumference. All right, so the perimeter again around the outside of the circle, again, distance around the outside. Circumference equals 2 pi r, all right, or circumference equals pi d. D standing for diameter, r standing for radius. Again, you remember the circle, little quick guy right here. All right, oh look, it's a radius. Oh look, it's a diameter. All right, so what we have going on is we have the radius is halfway across the circle, diameter is all the way across the circle, or a couple of radiuses or radii, would be correct. All right, so again, either formula works. I prefer the 2 pi r because I like radius. Area formula here, most of you remember pretty well. Area equals pi times radius squared. All right, a couple quick reminders as I'm talking about this, though we've talked about it a couple times now. All right, make sure every one of these revolves around a measurement or something that you're doing where you're measuring something. Don't forget units. All right, again, if it specifies units like feet, if I'm over here doing a perimeter, the answer is going to be in feet. All right, if I'm doing an area, however, what changes, kids? It goes into feet squared. If the problem doesn't give me any measurements, what do? I always write units or units squared. All right, second thing to observe right here is this idea of exact or approximate that we've talked about. The circle now brings this problem into focus a little bit because if I ask you for the exact answer, pi will stay in the answer. The book will phrase it as in terms of pi. Pi stays. All right? If it's I want the approximate answer, then you can put this in the calculator. I also believe the book says use 3.14. Don't do that. All right? Actually hit your pi key. All right? Use your pi key when you do this. What do we round to? I'm not telling you. All right, check your note card if you don't know, but make sure you know what we round to correctly in class. Now, the reason why the big six becomes so important is because of guys like the guy over here. All right, the shape I have on the board right over here. If I want to find, say, the area of this shape, all right, what am I going to do? Okay, well, I'm allowed to dissect this, meaning I can then, I've got a pimple down here that's a half circle. All right, so I've got my half circle down here. And then I can, I don't know, maybe draw this line, and if this is a square. By the way, you'll notice I don't have the square formula. All right, on my board, the square is, because it's not there, is because it really is a rectangle. All right, the area formula for the square is side length squared, and the perimeter formula for the square is 4 times side. Same 2 formulas for the rectangle. I kind of expect you to know that, colors, guys. So I break this up into a square, a half circle, and a rectangle, and I find the areas of the 3 pieces, and you add them together. All right? Told you that was pretty short. I guess I'm done. I will see you in class tomorrow.